Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to San Antonio, to Wolf Stadium, home of the San Antonio Missions, where your visiting Rouse Raiders will be taking on the Bernie champion Chargers in Game 2 of the Region 4 regional final game tonight. For Bernie, it's win or go home. For the Rouse Raiders, they can lose the game and play another day, or they can punch their ticket to the state semifinal for next Thursday. That game next Thursday could be at 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Rouse hopeful tonight that they can take care of business and punch their ticket. What an exciting atmosphere here, Jonathan.
Yes, sir, and that is a 4 or 7 o'clock, as Michael mentioned, at Dell Diamond, where 1A, 2A, 3A, 4, 5A, 6A will all play their semifinal and final games, and then 4A will be at Dishfalk Field.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar, and we are just privileged to be able to bring you Rouse Raider baseball here high atop.
Yes. This is the
playing field here at San Antonio.
And those that don't know, the San Antonio Missions are the minor league team to the Rangers.
No, I don't know who they're the minor league team for, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, they minor league ballpark, but a beautiful complex. Very, very similar in seating and stuff to Dell Diamond. All natural field with the exception of home plate, so that's a little bit of a twist, but it is absolutely pristine out there.
So they're introducing the lineups, and we'll follow suit for your Rouse Raiders. Leading off will be number 9, Rainer Heinrich at second base. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting third will be the left fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar. The starting pitcher for the Raiders tonight, number 8, Oscar Salazar. In right field, number 11, Colin Correjo batting fifth. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, number 2, Mikey Caputo. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, Nolan Harris. He will be hitting 4. The catcher, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe. And rounding out the order for the Raiders, number 3, Blake Gonzalez at third base. And we got a little bit ahead of the guys, so we can go over the scores from last night.
Yes, we do have those. Put those together for everybody here, and had one second game's already gone final as well. Regional final scores, we did see Lubbock Cooper in Game 1 over at Abilene Christian University taking out Argyle 6-2, and then Argyle flipped the script, and in Game 2, which was at 1 o'clock today at Abilene Christian, they won against Lubbock Cooper 6-2. So they'll have Game 3 tomorrow. In Region 2 at Rock Hill, Game 1, Frisco Reedy wipes the floor with Frisco Wakeland, 10-0 run rule. Their Game 2 will be starting 30 minutes after ours. In Region 3, Game 1 was at Cy Falls, and that did see Lake Creek win 7-2 over Magnolia West. Their Game 2 is actually going to be at Bluebell Park, starting at the same time as us. And then obviously our Region 4 game, we did win last night 9-3 at Concordia. And again, we are here at Wolf Stadium for Game 2, as well as Game 3 if necessary.
The starting lineup for the Bernie champion Chargers leading off will be number 4, Jordan Ballin at short. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 9, Evan Kuhl. Batting third will be number 1, Cam Logan in right field. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, number 20, Sam Miller. Batting fifth will be the designated hitter, number 30, Grant Kinzel. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher for the Chargers tonight, number 17, Matthew Booth. Batting sixth will be number 2, Quinn Grable at second base. Batting seventh will be number 3, Jared Wingo in left field. Batting eighth will be number 10, Gage Goldberg behind the plate. And rounding out the order will be number 25, Nick Cortez at first base. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back. It's baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway here in San Antonio. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. Great to have you with us tonight. Get some obligatory things out of the way. The state tournament, the UIL State Baseball Ace at Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin. Tickets now available at uiltexas.org/baseball/state. I want to give a shout out to the Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club for making this game possible here on SHN Sports. Defensively for the Chargers tonight, on the mound, number 17, Matthew Booth. Behind the plate, number 10, Gage Goldberg. At first base, number 25, Nick Cortez. At second base, number 2, Quinn Grable. At third base, number 20, Sam Miller. At short, number 4, Jordan Ballin. In left, number 3, Jared Wingo. In center, number 9, Evan Kuhl. And in right field, number 1, Cam Logan. The Chargers are coached by Ben Woodchick. He's 5 years with 106 wins. John Euchre, Tyler Mangold, and Cody Lancaster are his assistants. They are the third seed out of District 26 5A. They come into tonight 31-11 overall. Leading off for the Raiders will be Rainer Heinrich. On deck is Landon Miller. And we are ready to get underway.
Let's get this thing rolling. I'm super stoked right now.
The right-handed Booth will deal. He will deal a strike down the middle for strike number 1. Dustin Wilson letting us know, Jonathan, that the Missions are the Double-A team for the Padres. A breaking ball that will hit him on the shoulder.
The breaking pitch that forgot it to do its job and break as it pops him in the shoulder.
And the Raiders have their leadoff on board. Probably not the way they really wanted to get there, but
no, not at all, not at all. So Padres, that's interesting to see them down here in Texas. You'd think that they would be a little closer to home maybe, but nonetheless, beautiful complex.
First pitch in to Miller, misses down and low for ball 1. Booth checks Heinrich first. The throw over will not be in time, but he was really close. What a heck of a move he has there, Jonathan.
Was it? Man, sorry, I'm over here getting updates from around the area trying to.
Booth from the stretch. Miller will line this back in a bunt to Booth. Throw to first will be in time, but the runner advances to second on the sacrifice.
You know, and as strong of a bunt as that was, right back at the pitcher, he gave a look to Rainer getting over to second and had time, but thought twice of it and went ahead and took the easy out with Landon getting up the line. So
one away for Caden Kaspar, the left-handed hitting Kaspar. Digs in from the left side. Oscar Salazar on deck. Booth from the stretch. He'll deal. That pitch misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, and immediately we're already starting to see they were able to handle that bunt and get it down without an issue, which was obviously a problem that they had in the second inning of the first game yesterday.
The pitch from Booth, that misses low and inside for ball 2. Check the scoreboard, brother.
Oh, that's super cool. Look at that. Hang on, I need to get a picture of that. That's getting to see my boy's name here on the big board.
Screen. Yeah, on the Jumbotron. Heinrich extends his lead at second. Booth taking a long time, and he will bring this one home. It's a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, pretty much taking all the way, you know. Get one on the board, see what he's got to offer on the strike. Trying to pull my dad duties here with the videography here and get some video of his at-bats.
That pitch misses down and away for ball 3. And Kaspar now in a 3-1 count. And our scoreboard is needing to update, I think.
Yeah, I think it just did.
Okay, there we go. Well, I still got pregame. All right. Kaspar will hit this one over to second. Grable has it to throw to first in time, and that'll work as good as a bunt. That'll go 4-3 on the putout of Kaspar as Heinrich stands at third. Oscar Salazar will come to the plate. Colin Correjo on deck. Booth will deal down and away for ball one. Beautiful afternoon here in San Antonio, a sun-splashed field. You can see the splash screen that we have up for you. That is of this field before the game during team warm-ups. That pitch misses outside for ball two.
Oscar was swinging a hot bat yesterday, just dumping everything perfectly in that gap there between left and center.
And pitch misses low for ball three.
So obviously he's looking to jump on that just like he did, but he's got to get a pitch first, as pretty much has stayed away from him on that outer half here.
Salazar shows bunt. Booth will deal. He'll lay off for a strike. Count go 3-1 as he hits the outside corner. The pitch. This is cut on and hit over. It gets underneath the glove of Miller and into left field, and that will score Heinrich. RBI single for Oscar Salazar.
And again, keeping that bat rolling, not having that little shot out like he did yesterday, but effective nonetheless as it got all over third base.
That will bring up Colin Correjo. Dawson Snow in as a courtesy runner.
Yeah, Sam Miller did everything he could to try to get on that, but that ball was a rocket past his glove.
Kathleen says, let's go Osal.
Oh, yeah.
Correjo will take for a strike on the outside corner. Booth taking a little bit of time in between pitches. A throw over to first will not be in time. Snow back safely. As Booth has a pretty good pickoff move. You definitely don't want to be caught napping on him. Mikey Caputo on deck. 0-1 count to Colin Correjo. Correjo will chop on this one. This one will be played by Grable. The throw to first will be in time, and that will do it for the Raiders. 4-3 on the put out of Correjo, but they get one run on one hit. They leave one after 1/2 inning that your Raiders won. The Chargers, nothing. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Chargers in the bottom. Jordan Ballin, Evan Kuhl, and Cam Logan. Defensively for your Raiders on the mound, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Behind the plate, Nathan Miller. At first base, Mikey Caputo. At second base, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, Blake Gonzalez. At shortstop, Joe Sparshoe. In left field, Caden Kaspar. In center field, Landon Miller. And in right field, Colin Correjo. Raiders taking advantage of a Charger miscue to get a run home.
I don't know. I mean, it was well struck and did what he could to try to get on the ball. But I guess I miscue as in having the opportunity to get Rainer at second.
Well, I'm talking about the miscue of Booth plunking Heinrich on the shoulder.
Putting him on. He'd have got a hit nonetheless. He got away with only having a single because Rainer could have easily, deposited that over left field wall, as we did discuss. A little short porch here to left at 310, 340 out to right field. So a little oblong-shaped ball field here, not symmetrical, and then power alley, or should dead center is 407 with a monster wall out there. I guess they want to keep any ball from making it out onto the highway possibly there, as we're off of 90 over here in San Antonio.
And the throw down to second, and we will get this thing started back.
And as we do see normally here, Coach Krimping going with Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller does alternate quite frequently with Xander Forsell, keeping those guys fresh arm. They're both very capable there behind the plate, and they do a really good job with our pitchers, but Xander seems to be pretty much the go-to pairing with Colin Correjo, as Colin did a great job last night. Complete game, 9 strikeouts.
Ballin will stand in from the left side. Evan Kuhl on deck. First pitch offering a fastball on the outside corner for strike one.
And Ballin did a great job of really getting on top of the ball early. As remember, he was just hitting balls right up the middle yesterday.
That pitch just a little bit high for ball one.
Not too much of a breeze out there either, so.
1-1 pitch, check swing and a strike. Or strike two, 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he definitely checked his swing. I don't think he went around, so looked to be a true called strike versus a that he went around.
Camino Stapleton, give us a Harry Doyle just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
2-2 the count.
He's Harry Doyle on Monty.
Salazar with the windup. This pitch is cut on and hit into left. That's just over the outreach glove of Sparshoe. And the Chargers have their lead off aboard. Nicholas checking in. Let's go Raiders. One on with one out. Runner at first for the Chargers.
And again, Jordan Ballin picking up where he left off at game one.
And he will show bunt, and this will go foul.
An absolute speed right there from Evan Kuhl.
Well, that's why he is in center field.
And the number 2 guy, man, he is absolutely getting it up that line.
Grandma Shoddy checking in. Let's go Raiders. Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy checking in. As usual, thank you, Michael and Jonathan, for this opportunity to listen. Well, thank you for tuning in and listening to your Rouse Raider playoff baseball here on SHN Sports.
And we do have Michigan in the house.
Michigan is in the house. Utah is there with Kathleen Forsell. Salazar from the stretch. Again, he will show bunt. This will be hit foul, and Cole into a 0-2 count.
Got Ballin and Kuhl. The 1-2 punch here for the Bernie champion Chargers.
Ballin extends his lead at first. Salazar from the stretch. He will deal home. This is a fastball fouled off.
And it actually caught him on the inner thigh there, it looked like.
Right.
And
Cole will get another opportunity.
coming back a little bit of a gimp there, walking back to the batter's box.
Got a good crowd from both teams tonight. Bernie probably a little more than the Raiders, a little closer to home for them.
Yeah, and that showed last night as well, obviously, with us being at Concordia.
Ballin will take off down to second. He will pick up a stolen base. Miller unable to play it cleanly and make the throw.
And that was a high pitch for ball one, so. But doing a really good job was Nathan Miller, keeping that down, right? Not having not getting too excited there and throwing it into center field and allowing Ballin to possibly make it to third, so.
Miller gives the sign. Ballin extends his lead at second. 1-2 count to Evan Kuhl. This is hit down the third baseline. It's played by Gonzalez. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for Evan Kuhl. 5-3 goes Kuhl. That'll bring up Cam Logan.
Yeah, Blake doing a really good job there, taking his time, making sure he had the ball first, and then watching Ballin back to second before he made a good solid throw over to first to get Cool, knowing he didn't have a lot of time because, as I mentioned, Cool is very quick up that line.
Aunt Nancy and Uncle Jim listening from Michigan. Go Raiders. Again, Ballin extended his lead at third.
And not quite showing the signs like he was last night.
Logan will take a stab at it to bunt. He'll take a strike.
Yeah, one thing that Colin picked up on during the game is he happened to look over to check on Ballin. He saw him flashing the signs back to his batter, telling him what the pitch was.
It's not doing it tonight
Not
so
yet,
far.
yeah.
Salazar will deal, and that almost gets him.
Yeah, that was
That's
definitely
a high and inside pitch for ball one.
Little sweet chin music there from the right arm of Oscar Salazar.
That's coming in a little hard, and so that fastball from Salazar, he hits the upper 80s. I think he's touched 90.
He has
once.
touched 90, yes, sir.
So definitely don't want that coming for your head. The 1-1 count, fastball. This is chopped on, hit the third. Gonzalez has it to throw to first in time, and that will advance Ballin. That'll go 5-3 on the putout of Logan.
And again, a very similar situation to what we had happen yesterday. Ballin had committed to going to third right there. Even before the throw from Blake Gonzalez, Blake had an opportunity to see that, could have easily faked that throw and tagged Ballin and got the lead runner out. Nonetheless, it is 2 outs, but you always, if you have an opportunity to get that lead runner, that's what you want to do.
A slider misses down and in. Some of the fans are saying, hey, that was a strike.
Nah, it was a ball. Good call, Blue. Good call.
The 1-0 pitch from Salazar. This is fouled off, and that will even it up at 1. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. This is cut on and hit out to left. Caden Kaspar will come in on it.
He got a lot more of that ball than what it originally was, and he was able to run underneath it and make the catch with no problem.
Matthew Booth makes his way out to the mound. We're going to take a 30-second spot for UIL.
And we'll be right back with you folks after this short UIL message.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back as we're just about to get the second inning started here.
An interesting, we still think that there's an opportunity on the mound here, depending upon how Matthew Booth can hold down this game. Each of the 5 pitchers for Bernie Champion in yesterday's game at max went 1 2/3 innings. And so there's a lot left in the tank there for those guys.
Mikey Caputo will dig in from the right side. Matthew Booth will deal a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Just a beautiful ballpark here.
Oh.
Another fastball down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, he took a little off of that one, too.
Caputo thought once about it.
Yeah, bat
and then
sort of
held
stuck.
off. And pitched down and away for ball 1.
And again, immediately you see Booth go right to that outer half, trying to see if he can get him to chase, see if he can get him to be a little inconsistent, there.
Wow.
Yeah, right over here by
that C-17.
Yeah, Randall Air Force Base, right? I believe Randolph, Air Force Base. And
that ball misses for ball 2, and we'll go to the backstop.
Saw some F-22s running formations here and drills on our way in. I was able to see those in the sky.
The 2-2 pitch from Booth. This is chopped on and hit foul down the third baseline, and Caputo will get another opportunity. Nolan Harris on deck.
Tell you what, we don't have Mr. Easton here.
That is chopped foul down the third baseline.
You know, super interesting there, Michael. Easton, mother asked him, says, what was your favorite part of the game last night? He goes, the bubbles. There was bubbles everywhere.
Bubbles.
Super
bubbles.
excited about the bubbles.
It's kind of like Dory in Finding Nemo.
Just keep swimming.
That pitch misses.
No.
Oh, he gets rung up on a strike. Talk about delayed call.
Wow. It's a great pitch. I don't know. He didn't miss. I mean, that was a beautiful right over the upper half of the strike zone, but well in there. And
Lulu Garcia checking in, saying, let's go Raiders. And Kathleen, bubbles. This is hit deep to center, well, midway to center. Cole takes about half step over and makes the catch. Can of corn.
Yeah, and again, you got to really be careful of those balls hit directly at you. Figure out what's going on with it. Make sure you don't underappreciate it and go up on it, and the next thing you know, you're turning around, running to the back of the fence to pick it up.
Joseph Sparshoe will come to the plate, and he will chop on this one and pop it up. Goldberg unable to catch it. And Sparshoe can breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, jumping on the first pitch. Definitely not his normal approach. And, he's glad to have that one back because I know Coach would have probably given him a little bit of an earful about being patient up there.
Booth from the windup. He'll deal down and away for ball one, and that will even it up.
But you could sort of think, watching what happened to Caputo right before him, not swinging the bat.
Blake Gonzalez on deck. Sparshoe will hit this one deep to short. Ballin has it. The throw to first will not be in time. And Sparshoe will pick up the infield hit.
Yeah, definitely deep in the hole. And again, you're never going to see anything more than hustle from Joe Sparshoe as he gets up the line and is then able to draw a bad throw there and beat it out.
Blake Gonzalez will come to the plate.
Blake coming in swinging a very hot bat. As of late, going 2 for 2 last night.
Throw over to first will not be in time, and Sparshoe gets back in safely. Nick Cortez, his appearance kind of reminds me of Prince Fielder. That pitch down the middle for a strike. Just as his body frame.
Is that the polite way of saying he's a big boy?
Yeah, he's a big young man. I'm not calling him.
No, he's not.
But he is big.
Yes, he is.
Gonzalez will lay a bunt down the third base line, and he is going to beat this out. And it's going to be an infield hit. And Miller and Booth are having words with each other. It's like, hey, that wasn't even close to the foul line. Why were you watching it let it roll like it was going to go foul?
He's standing between the ball and the foul line, and it's in the grass. It's one thing if it's going to be on that grass dirt line and can get pushed out, but it wasn't close. It's like, yeah.
Rainer Heinrich will stand in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Sparshoe extends his lead at second. And Heinrich will pop this one up, or it will pop up to third, and Cortez with a stretch, able to make that catch. And wow, Miller with a throw over as Heinrich was legging it out. A bang play. In fact, I would probably call it safe, and the fans just watched the replay.
Oh, did we have a replay?
He had replay here, and it was a bad call. They are not happy.
Wow, I didn't think about having replay, but we are in that type of a ballpark that not used to it. But again, seeing the decision here from Sam Miller. It was a force at third. He received that ball long before the runner was able to get to third. All he had to do was jog over and tap the bag, and, you know, he gets away with it on a bad call from the umpire, but at the same time, you know.
Raiders get no runs on 2 hits. They leave 2. After 1.5, it's 1-0 Rouse. Oscar Salazar back out on the mound to pitch the second. Due up for the Chargers in the second, Kinzel, Grable, and Wingo.
And we're going to see Kinzel here. Grant is the one that did come in as a pinch hitter there in the 5th or 6th inning last night.
Oh, yeah, he was just peppering the ball. I mean, hammered it everywhere.
He smoked
fair.
Yeah, smoked one hard left foul, hard right foul, and then hit that one down the line that Caden could not get to. And I remember after the game, Caden's like, man, I don't understand why that guy wasn't in the lineup. Well, here you go, buddy. Your opportunity to try to get one back from him.
Salazar will deal a fastball down and away for ball 1.
And again, immediately ball back in his hand, ready to go for second pitch is Oscar Salazar.
That pitch misses for ball 1.
No, that was a
swing.
No, it was a swing and a miss. Yeah, he actually, again, sort of a defensive swing because that was well inside. I think he committed to swinging at it regardless.
And that pitch misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Get that crowd mic
to
going,
Kinzel.
Right?
There we go.
Folks.
Now I can hear the crowd mic. The 2-1 pitch from Salazar. A fastball down the middle for strike 2, and that will even it up.
Yeah, beautiful pitch there. Now, of course, he has that ability to come at him with a changeup, breaking pitch, something off speed.
Fastball down the middle catches him looking for strike 3, and that will do it for Kinzel.
I think Kinzel had the same idea as I did and was caught looking on a fastball right down the pipe. Always super interesting to watch that happen. You know, the no bat, no swing, nothing. Just oh my goodness, I just let that happen, and there was no doubt that it was a strike.
Grable will take for ball 1. That fastball looked pretty good. It's kind of hard from here because we're so far above the field.
If anything, I would say that was a little low in the zone, so just missed low.
This was hit out to right. Mikey Caputo tracks it, makes the catch, and that will do it for Grable.
Colin in right.
Oh, Colin, yes.
Yeah, Colin's in right, Mikey's at second, which you never know, right?
Coco Correjo.
You never know. Mikey, the utility player on this squad that is all over the place, and, you know, that is his normal resting spot in right field when Colin is on the bump, as was last night.
First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1 to Jared Wingo. Gage Goldberg on deck. Miller sets up. Pitch misses high for ball 2.
So now Jared was the DH. Wingo was the DH yesterday, and now we find him in the
left field
in the lineup here.
Salazar will get the outside corner on a fastball.
So Coach
Throw
Woodchick,
a little heater on it, put some spice.
Coach Woodchick looking to change it up a little bit here.
Curveball. Oh, man. And Salazar not happy with that. He's like, gosh, that was beautiful right down the middle. 3-1 the count. And the fastball misses low for ball 4.
Yeah, and immediately also hearing some chiming in from some of the fans, Rouse fans, that they were not happy with it either.
That will bring up Gage Goldberg. Goldberg, the catcher.
Gage Goldberg.
First pitch offering, that's outside for ball 1. Wingo extends his lead at first, and he will take off to second. Miller with a throw down. That will not be in time, and Wingo will pick up a stolen base.
Definitely not scared to run the bases are the Bernie champion Chargers, as they're taking advantage of good jumps on both times that they've made the steal, really with no close calls.
Fastball, this is cut on and hit the spar shoe, and he will miss it. It will go off the tip of his glove and roll underneath, and that will be an E6. And the Chargers have runners on the corners for Nick Cortez.
And we do have a courtesy runner coming in. That's going to be number 7, Andrew Fry. F-R-E-I, Andrew Fry. So Fry or Frey?
Coach Crimpaine's going to call time, and he wants to talk to his infield.
You know, one thing I know that they've been working on quite a bit is this scenario right here, right? Runners on the corners. You know the guy at first. Runner at first is going to try to take second. You know, do you play it straight up, make the throw? Do you play the little cutoff and then try to entice the runner at third to go home? And, you know, always a little cat and mouse game that's played, you know, between the defense and the hitters and the base path and the base runners. So we'll see what Coach spins up here for the defensive call. That was a similar.
You just need one out. There's 2 away, so 2 on with 2 away. Runners on the corners for Nick Cortez. And out is all the Raiders need to get out of it. Cortez will hit this one into right. That will score 1. That will be a fair ball. A throw to third will not be in time, and we have a tie ball game.
That's all he needed, just a little flare right over the outstretched arm of Mikey Caputo and in right on the line. I mean, only about a foot off the line, so well out of the reach of the speedy Rainer Heinrich. He could not get to it.
So they're going to bring in a pinch runner for Nick Cortez.
Yeah, and that's number 16, Brock Browning, coming in for Bernie champion to run for Nick Cortez. Getting him a good cheer there from the
doing the job.
Bernie Chans, yeah.
He had to do. He put that ball in. It was a shallow single to right, and there was just no way for anybody to really get to it.
Yep, you come in to do a job. There you go.
Evan Cole on deck. Salazar will play up on the infield grass. Gonzalez. Ball in from the left side. The pitch, fastball down the middle for strike 1. Ballin 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. The fastball in for strike 2.
Yeah, and there it is. You know, the runner at first, pitch runner just jogs his way to second, looking at Nathan the whole way, and Nathan's like, yep, take it, you're good.
Heinrich has it to throw to first. Oh, my goodness! Oh, it's a high throw that goes to the dugout, and 2 runs will score. Oh, my.
Wow. Just, again, a nonchalant throw that gets away from Rainer Heinrich, and it was an easy play, and, you know, just not keeping your head in the situation and allowing 2 runs to score as they were off to the races on contact, and Ballin is able to get to second on that as well. So
what looked like a routine out, and the Raiders getting out of the game with only 1 run scored, or out of the inning with only 1 run scored, now trailed by 2. And Ballin takes off to third, and he will pick up a stolen base. 1-0 count to Evan Cool. That pitch in for a strike. Cool is 0 for 1. He's grounded to third his first time up.
Yeah, great pitch there on the outer corner. There's Lou Diaz, the clean-shaven Lou Diaz down here in front.
That is chopped on and hit the third. Gonzalez has it to throw to first. Oh, my goodness, and it bounces away from Caputo. My. That will be an E5.
And Blake over at third bounces away. It was unfortunately a throw in the dirt, and Caputo was not able to come up with it. And immediately, without coach having to come in and say anything, the boys are having a quick powwow to let Oscar know, hey man, we got you back here, guy. Just keep pitching, doing your thing.
The Raiders have made 3 critical errors in this inning.
And every single run is as a result of that.
And pitch in for a strike.
And again, Oscar doing a great job of coming right back in there, not letting the runs phase him as he's coming right back at the next batter with a strike.
Salazar comes set. This is cut on and hit into right field. This will be a base hit. And Cool will round third and head for home. And will score. That'll be a RBI single for Cam Logan.
Dodgers third baseman Sam Miller.
That'll bring up Sam Miller. Miller, the 9th batter of the inning for the Chargers. One on with 2 outs. And they've scored all these runs with 2 outs. That pitch misses for ball 1. Salazar comes set. The pitch. This is hit back up the middle. Sparshu has it. He'll step on the bag. And the Raiders mercifully get out of the inning. 6U on the put out of Cam Logan. On the fielder's choice by Sam Miller. But they give up a lot in this inning, and they trail by 4.
Yeah, and immediately, as expected, Coach having everybody gather around him outside the dugout for a quick little talk. And, you know, I'm sure it's going to be a bit animated talk. And we've been in situations like this before. You know, obviously Cedar Park, 1-game elimination series. Now, this is not a 1-game-and-done scenario like that was, Michael. But at the same time, they don't want to have to play a Game 3 if they don't have to. They want to come back in here and start getting this offense going, have that big Rouse inning that we have had all year around, flip the switch, get those 4 runs back, maybe even a little bit more, chip away at it if we have to, have good defense finishing this game up, and get out with the dub. You know, we'll see how it unfolds.
3 critical errors came back to bite Rouse in that inning. With a tie ball game, and then they were able to score 4 due to errors. Gage Goldberg reaching base on an error.
I mean, every single run.
Yeah, Evan Cole reaching base on an error. Jordan Ballin reaching base on an error, and coming around to score.
And 2, you know, one coming around on the error, 2 coming around on an error.
Due up for the Raiders in the 3rd. Miller, Kaspar, and Salazar in that inning. The Chargers get 5 runs on 2 hits. And they leave no one. First pitch to Miller a ball outside. That'll be ball 2, down and away. Karina Salazar checking in. Keep grinding, Raiders. There's a lot of game left to play.
Yeah,
Amen to that.
Lots of game.
Let's go. Caden Kaspar on deck. A pitch from Booth outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count to Miller.
You know, and again, seeing the patience here, right? Just, you know, let this guy pitch to you, see what he can do.
That's ball 4. A pitch out and away.
No reason to chase anything at all, and I guarantee you this will be, with Caden up, you know, he's going to be probably very patient as well. Having just seen 4 straight balls thrown to Landon Miller. And Landon on his way to first, trying to get his boys fired up.
These boys have played with a lot of resiliency throughout the playoffs, and the Raiders are prone to big innings. And so hopefully they'll get back on track and we can climb back into this.
One thing Blake had talked about, he had an interview after the game.
That pitch high and outside for ball 1.
After the game last night with Austin Statesman, he goes, we're playing like a family. You know, something that wasn't necessarily the case earlier in the year or as the end of district really came to be. And they've done some changing. They've gotten together.
Pitch misses high for ball 2.
Had to lift each other up, and it's shown throughout the playoffs as we've had a lot of different guys be that guy each game.
Throw to first, not in time, as Miller gets back safely. Oscar Salazar on deck. That pitch outside for ball 3.
And once again, take the pitches, be patient.
Booth with his 7th straight ball. Booth from the stretch. And pitch outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Matthew Booth.
This final from Whataburger Field was Bernie over at Sinton, 8-5 in Game 2 in a best-of-3 series.
All right, so if y'all were able to pick up on that, that was just announced in the stadium here. Bernie does take down Sinton 8-5 in their matchup today.
Oscar Salazar will stand in. 2 on with no outs, and he will take for ball 1. Matthew Booth has yet to throw a strike
in this inning, yeah.
In this inning, and Coach Woodchick
and on cue
makes his way to the mound.
Here comes Coach to have a quick talk with his hurler here. You know, and as I mentioned, he's got a lot of arms.
And he's got someone in tow, so that might be it. Number 15.
Number 15 was, yeah, he's got a glove in his mouth. So 15 is one of the guys that we had last night. That's going to be Jacob. No, it's not. Jacob Schwope, if he makes his way in.
Okay, well, he's going to leave him in. No pad on the backside. Coco Correjo on deck. Booth toes in on the rubber. 1-0 count to Oscar Salazar. Salazar will take for ball 2.
Looked good. I'm assuming it missed a little low, but that definitely getting some. Those folks there on the front row are letting the ump know it. They were not happy with that no call.
The 2-0 pitch, that gets the inside corners. He takes them off of it for strike 1, the first strike he's thrown in this inning.
Yeah, 8 straight balls to 1 strike.
Booth comes set. He'll check Miller at second. Salazar lays off for ball 3.
Ball 5.
Shows bunt.
Ball 8. Ball 11. Oh.
Wait a minute, you pulling a little bit of Naked Gun there?
No, that was another Major League reference.
The umpire, what was it, Enrico Palazzo? That pitch outside for ball 4, and that'll load the bases. And that's going to be it. Coach Woodchick will make his way out.
And again, he does have already. Yep, coming in, and is it 15, which was Jacob Schwope. I will spell that last name, S-C-H-W-O-P-E-E, Schwope.
Jacob Schwope comes on in relief of Matthew Booth.
And we have a lot of speed on as Dawson Snow once again has come in to courtesy run for Oscar Salazar, the pitcher. So great speed on all 3 bases here for Rouse, and great person to have up. And this is again a lefty. Oh, yeah, lefty Jacob Schwope, and not one of the guys that we saw. I know the second pitcher that came in last night was a lefty for the champion Chargers, and I'm actually trying to look about this, pull up that information on who that was.
That was A.J. Grisaffi.
That was
the lefty?
Yes. Yeah, because they had 4 pitchers. Sorry, Aiden Smith, Mayo, Vila, and Grisaffi. So again, we're sitting in a great spot here. As we mentioned before, no need to worry or get impatient.
Let's
let
just
the
play
game,
Raider baseball.
Right, let the game come to you, right?
Sarah checking in. Bring them all home. Of course, Kathleen says a little does a lot here. Let's go Raiders.
Exactly. I mean,
and George letting us know is euchre.
Yeah. Same situation we were in the second inning. We had bases loaded, and the next 2 pitches were hit by pitch that brought in 2 runs. And then we had a hit from Blake Gonzalez that played it 2 more in that 6-run inning that we had yesterday. So, it's there. It's there to be had, and bases loaded, no outs. Good spot.
Colin Correjo will stand in. He'll take for ball 1. Mikey Caputo on deck. Schwope will deal. That's in for a strike. The count will leave it up at 1. Schwope from the stretch, the pitch.
Oh
my.
Lord. They look low and inside from up here, and, it even drew a quick head shake from Colin as he just does not understand that is getting called a strike on him.
The 1-2 pitch from Schwope, and that is fouled off.
Got enough of it.
He spoils a good pitch.
Yeah, it was a great pitch. Had a good breaking pitch there. Just the bottom dropped as he was able to just click a little bit of it and stay alive here to see another pitch.
One and 2 the count to Correjo. Schwope comes set. That pitch hits him on the hand, and that will bring a run in.
Oh, he's double checking to make sure it hit his hand versus the bat. That was just sorry folks, you can't see this, but the home plate umpire held up Colin from taking the base as a hit by pitch until he asked for assist from the third base umpire to ask, did that hit hand or did that hit bat? Because obviously if it does hit bat, that is still a foul ball, and he's got to come back. But in this case, it was called hit by pitch, and 1 run walks in. That'll
bring up Mikey Caputo with bases loaded. And no outs. That pitch misses low for ball 1. Nolan Harris on the Circle K on deck circle. And Caputo will pop this one up. Nick Cortez unable to get to it as it goes out of play.
All right. Turn that foul ball in for a snow cone in the press box.
I'll tell you what, for a big guy, he was hustling. He doesn't seem all that slow. 1-1 the count to Caputo. Well, if we can put one down that left field line, that would be sweet. And he'll go to third, throw home. He just has to step on the plate.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Heads up play by Sam Miller to get Kaspar at home. That will go 5-2. As Caputo hit into a fielder's choice. And that'll still leave the bases loaded for Nolan Harris. He'll take for ball 1.
Yeah, and again, only one out here, so, doing the right thing there.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Joe Sparshoe on deck. Schwope will deal. That's inside. That almost gets him on the belt for ball 2.
Yeah, that was easily could have been one, just stay in your spot. Unfortunately, that would hurt, though, if it caught the elbow. And a lot of bone.
Harris will take for a strike. Reese Herrera, we do not have video rights. The throw over to first will not be in time as Caputo gets back safely. NFHS is streaming the video. Unfortunately, we're audio only at this point as they have first rights to video in the playoffs. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Nolan just a bit off on that one. He gave it a good rip and came up empty on that swing, but was really looking to do some damage with contact.
Schwope will deal. This is chopped on, and Schwope will cover first to step on the bag.
That's
and 2
okay.
runs will score. That'll be a 2 RBI.
Great heads-up running from the senior Colin Correo as he was not hesitating at all around third, understanding that that out took a long time to develop as both the first baseman and the pitcher converged on a slow dribbler from Nolan Harris, and they were able to get that and beat Nolan to the bag to get the out, but not before 2 runs come in. So
it's a 5-4 lead for the Chargers, and Joe Sparshoe at the plate. He'll take for ball 1.
Yeah, great job there. Great heads-up running, understanding the situation.
Blake Gonzalez on deck. Schwope will deal. That misses inside for ball 2. And I
again,
guess from the elevation, that looks like a very
great
good pitch,
yeah.
right, from here. But it must be a little bit low.
Yeah, what was on Colin did not look to be good pitches that were both called strikes, and then that one looks great and is not. So
the 2-0, that misses low for ball 3.
Yeah, that was definitely low there, but, great view up here, but not when you're looking to try to figure out what's happening on the balls and strikes. So
a 3-0 pitch, that's in for a strike.
And that was high. But again, hey, it is what it is.
3-1 the count to Sparshoe. Goldberg gives the sign. Schwope comes set. Caputo extends his lead a second. This is fouled away for strike 2, and the count goes full.
Count is full, and would love to see another base runner up there for us. If Joe can either draw a walk here or get him a nice little shot out there, anything in the grass should score Mikey Caputo with his speed.
The payoff pitch, this is fouled back out of play. And Sparshoe battling.
And one really great difference, and one thing that we were saying before the game that we got to watch out for is at Concordia, we never could see those foul balls because we have a big canopy over the head of the press box. Well, there's nothing stopping us from seeing everything. Also, there is the potential for a foul ball to come right back in our window.
Payoff pitch from Swope. That's ball 4. That'll bounce away from Goldberg, and Caputo will trot down to third. That will go into the outfield, and Caputo will score the throw down to second to get Sparshoe. He's doing work out there
and
as he takes off from first to second and forces an error.
Once again, great
to tie this ball game.
Heads-up base running. Great heads-up base running from our senior Joe. He rounds first hard, looks back and notices that they're not paying attention to him on that pass ball as he then breaks for second and draws the bad throw, as Michael said. Beautiful. And Mikey Caputo is able to just walk right in there to tie this game up.
A brand new ball game as the Raiders have tied this up at 5.
And a lot of it with 2 outs. And now, just as Rouse had to have their meeting on the mound, Champion does the same just to try to get on the same page.
Blake Gonzalez will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up.
I'll tell you what, Goldberg's dad's probably not too happy about that, old Bill Goldberg.
Pitch down and away for ball 1. Rainer Heinrich on deck. That pitch in for a strike. And we're leaving it up. Mindy Graves checking in. This ball is going. Gonzalez. Let's go, Rouse.
I love it.
Grandma Shotty, that's our little Shotty. Pitch misses low for ball 2.
Have we got a chime in from Gonzo's Nona?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Hopefully she's got to meet her as well this season. That was awesome.
Swope comes set. He'll check Sparshoe back at second. He'll deal that one high for ball 3. There is some activity. Number 22 getting loose in the Charger bullpen.
And that'll be Nate Mayo.
Mayo came in last night.
Yeah, he was.
Gonzalez will take ball 4, and
now, again.
Runners at first and second for Rainer Heinrich.
Coach Woodchick pretty much content to let his starter stay on a little while, knowing he had a 4-run lead, and maybe just let it go a little too long, and then he obviously replaces it, and unfortunately we've got more balls happening, and now Woodchick's going to be right there because having a 4-run lead, now a tied ball game, he's going to want to see.
Hey, Nona is with Sarah.
Is she here?
She's here.
Excellent.
She is here. Rainer Heinrich will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has been, 0 for 2. He is 0 for 1. He has been hit by a pitch, and he grounded to third on a great dig by Nick Cortez. He was out. He will take for a ball. Two on with 2 out for Rainer Heinrich. Landon Miller on deck. Heinrich will take inside for ball 2.
And again, just having a hard time finding that strike zone for the last 2 pitchers for Bernie Champion. And as Michael has always said, it's very hard to defend against walks.
The 2-0 pitch from Swope misses low for ball 3. Swope toes in. Goldberg gives the sign. Comes set. The pitch. That's outside for ball 4.
Wow, that looked good. Again, same pitch on a lefty as in Colin. That was called a strike and not being called a strike with the right-handed batter. And that
will bring a visit from Coach Woodchick. Yeah. And it looks like Mayo is on his way.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect a discussion here at all. I would expect give me the ball and let's move on to the next guy. And exactly that is right. And
And that'll do it for Swope. Swope will not record an out. And all the property on the bases belong to him.
And I think we'll go ahead and take a second here. We'll have the warm-up pitches. We'll hit a 60-second UIL spot. We'll be right back with everybody.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, we're back with everybody here, and we're going to, again, bases loaded situation for Landon Miller. Great person to be up in this spot as we've seen him do some dangerous things with that bat in his hand, i.e. the Cedar Park series where he was able to really change the momentum with that blast that I believe was said to have hit 450 as it went over the scoreboard in Concordia at left center.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can measure that out on Google Earth. That's how I did Kobe Diaz last year.
Kobe's was 460 something?
No, it was 425.
God, the thing was huge down the left field line.
Landon Miller drew a walk his first time up in this inning, and he will take for a strike. Miller, the 10th batter of the inning. Mayo comes set. The pitch he lays off for ball one.
Well, just a hair outside. Just a little off the plate there. Definitely a bit greedy with that one as this umpire. Not really giving that to the pitchers.
Caden Kaspar on deck. Miller lifts this one up. It's a fly ball to shallow center, and Cole is going to be able to get to it in time. He had to travel a distance, but he gets there as it stayed up in the air for a long period of time. But that will do it for the Raider third. They get 4 runs on no hits, and they leave them loaded.
Yeah, quick chime in from my buddy Larry Mulrain. Said, good game so far. Go Raiders. Great comeback so far. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. And obviously, again, chip away, We're never out of any game, and here we are. Fresh start, and Oscar's going to come in, do his thing, and I guarantee you the discussion in the dugout is, hey, Osal, we got your back. That was just a little bit. We had to wake up, in that second inning and shake off a few cobwebs of those gloves and those arms, and I would imagine that we'll see a lot more solid play here from the field defensively moving forward.
Due up for the Chargers.
Kinsel.
I just forgot to put my line, yep.
Yeah, Grant Kinsel, number 30. They
batted the entire order. So Grant Kinsel will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. That's what happens when you don't mark your book appropriately and everybody bats around, right?
A rookie over here.
This is lined up the middle to Heinrich. Heinrich has it. He plants and throws to first, and that will do it. You saw him purposely plant.
And make a throw, not a lob, like as he did the last time. Again, just taking for granted that, hey, it's a routine, easy play. I'm just going to lob it over there and, right over the jumping glove of Mikey Caputo in the last inning. So
Grable, this is how they started the inning off last time with 2 straight outs. Sparshu plays the hop, the throw to first in time, and that will do it. 6-3 on the putout of Grable for out number 2.
Okay.
And that'll bring up Jared Wingo. Wingo drew the walk his first time up.
So now we need to hit down the
and
left.
Came around to score.
Now we need to hit to Blake Gonzalez for Blake to have his opportunity to make up for his throwing error.
Fastball misses low for ball 1.
And then go around the horn here as everybody's getting an opportunity to play some defense here in the infield.
Gina Sanchez checking in. This is hit back lined to Rainer Heinrich, and that will do it. L4 on the put out of Wingo for out number 3, and the Chargers go in order in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, nobody left on to the 4th we go. We're in a tie ball game, 5-5.
And 5-pitch inning?
A 5-pitch inning. You can't be any more effective than that. Well, I guess you could if you could get it down to 3 pitches.
You could.
For the inning.
I remember, I'm not gonna say anything before the game or before the actual situation. I did that earlier in the year against Henderson, who was pitching, and I'm like, man, the preseason, right? It was preseason, and I'm like, oh, we got going to be 3 pitches and 3 outs, and then he proceeded to walk the next guy, and Brian Henderson, his dad's like, really? Jinxing my guy with the commentator's curse? I'm like, all right. I'm sorry. Rookie mistake.
Gina Sanchez, go Raiders, bring it home. Can I get a shout out for Papa Benny watching from Centerville? Well, hello, Papa Benny. Thank you for tuning in and watching Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. Kathleen Forsell checking in from Utah. That's efficient Oscar. Let's go, Osal.
Way to go,
Oscar
Osal.
Omar Salazar Naranjo. Let's go, Raiders. Mayo back out on the mound. Gretchen Jordan checking in. 20 of us cheering on Rouse from the senior cruise. We miss Bryce, but ready for a Raider victory. Amen to that. I'm all down for that. Thank y'all for tuning in. And
so wish we could bring y'all some video on the cruise, but nonetheless, we'll try to give you as best of a picture that we can paint.
Caden Kaspar will lead off the 4th for the Raiders. Due up, Oscar Salazar and Colin Correjo. Mayo will deal. That pitch in for a strike.
And immediately as he's come in, we've been able to see a more effective pitching performance from Mayo.
Kaspar will foul this one away for strike 2. Beautiful moon in the background tonight.
Oh, yes.
Kathleen says, yes, Gretchen, I saw Bryce out there scoring some runs. Love that kid. Sarah letting us know, you guys make us feel like we're there with you. Your play-by-play is full of energy. I can visualize each play. Thank you, Blake Snowknight. Thank you very much. 0-2 the count to Kaspar. Mayo pitching from the stretch. That pitch misses high for ball 1. Brian Renee checking in. Let's go Raiders. 1-2 the count to Kaspar. The pitch from Mayo. That is cut on and hit out to center. That is going to drop for a base hit. And the Raiders have their leadoff on board.
Great piece of hitting there. Good job. Get the leadoff on.
That will bring up Osal, Oscar Salazar. Raiders starting pitcher today.
Raiders pitcher Oscar Salazar.
He says Salazar. Salazar.
Colin Coco Correjo on deck. Salazar shows bunt. Mayo from the stretch. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1.
You know, and again, that should wake up these bats for Rouse, knowing that they have got a guy that is going to be bringing strikes, and you know they are itching to get in there and have an opportunity. much as walks are great for the team.
1-1. This is hit back up the middle. This could be 2. There's 1 for sure, and there's a double play. That will go 6-4, 4-3.
Yeah, easy double play there. Just not having to make much movement at all. Able to gather that one up. Good throw to second, and then obviously on to first. So
that will bring up Colin Correjo. Correjo is grounded to second, has been hit by a pitch. That pitch misses inside for ball 1.
Can't forget to mention, joined in the box by my daughter, Ainsley Kaspar, gracing us with her presence here, cheering on her Bubba.
That pitch misses high for ball 2.
She's shaking her head. Dad, stop it.
Mikey Caputo on deck. Mayo with the pitch. That's high for ball 3. And Correjo 3-0.
Asked her if she wanted to get on the mic, and that was a quick no.
Correjo shows bunt. He's going to lay off and take a strike. Three and 1 the count to Correjo. Mayo comes set. He'll bring it home. And Correjo turns on that one and sends it foul. Wow.
Long way foul. My goodness.
Long way foul.
That went beyond the stands out to well out to right.
Had that had stayed fair, that would have hit the wall. I don't know that it would have gone out.
Nah, it didn't have quite the height that it would have needed, but.
Full count. The payoff pitch from Mayo. That is hit to Cortez. He will take it himself, and he will make it to the bag ahead of Correjo, and that will do it. The Raiders go in order. Well, not in order, but in a roundabout way. He retires the side, but not in order.
Not in order, yep. Similar to our first inning.
That'll go 3U on the put-out of Correjo for out number 3. On to the bottom we go.
And not seeing any defensive changes here at all. Just confirming real quick. Yeah, no defensive changes. Oscar Salazar back on the mound.
Due up for the Chargers, Goldberg, Cortez, and Ballin.
And I believe the approach here, and Woodchick called it as he and I had a nice talk before game 1, and having Oscar Salazar, who's able to throw the upper 80s and touch 90s in some situations, and if needed, follow it up with Nolan Harris, who will come right at you with in the low 80s and turn around and throw a sinker sidearm action that is more like 60 on his changeup,
right.
And so hard to really change the mindset of the batter, having to chase after 88, 90, and then turning around and having to slow it down and slow your body and yourself down to have an opportunity to hit a 60 mile an hour.
Goldberg will hit this one out to center. Landon Miller able to get to it in time, and wow, what a diving effort by Landon Miller to get the out.
Yeah, great play out there. He covers a lot of ground, does Landon.
And like you like to say,
what do I like to say?
We've got a guy.
Well, we got a guy. Well, that wasn't one of the. That was a tough play, right?
Yeah, it was a tough play. We got a guy. He was able to get there.
Yeah, he was.
Nick Cortez will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He will hit this back to second. Heinrich has it to throw to first in time, and that will do it. 4-3.
And again,
2 outs and 2 pitches.
Yeah, and similar to what we noticed in game 1, they came out swinging the bats right off the bat, right? Haha. They came out swinging the bats early and often, and they're really not stepping away from that approach as they're taking any first pitch that they like. They're going to offer at it, and fortunately, they're just hitting it right at guys at this point.
Jordan Ballin will stand in. He'll take for ball 1. He is 1 for 1. He has reached on an error and hit a single. That pitch generous on the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very generous.
I would say, and it was tailing away, too. So it wasn't like it was one of those that crept around and caught the back corner of the plate. That was
Cole on deck.
moving away.
Fastball in. That one looked like a strike right there, but it doesn't get the call.
Yeah,
2-1 the count. Ben Gonzalez checking in. Let's go Raiders. Brian checking in. Let's go Raiders. The 2-1. This is a little chopper to first. A lob to Salazar. And he gets there just in time. He just barely steps on the bag ahead of Ballin because he was down the line.
No doubt. And honestly, that was, again, a limbo,
That'll go.
Oscar, sorry, go ahead.
That'll go 3-1 on the putout to end the inning. They go in order in the fourth, and on to the fifth we go. What a quick inning.
Again, that was a few more pitches than 5, but still, nonetheless, extremely quick inning as these guys are trying to jump all over it. And looks like getting an update at NFHS has been having technical difficulties.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm not sure that everybody at home is able to take advantage of the video feed from NFHS, but we're going to stick with you on the audio and keep it rolling.
Veronica Arnold asks me, how many years have you been doing this, Mr. Francis? Well, this is my 10th year, so this is a decade of Rouse Raider baseball for me.
And my second.
I have been the play-by-play voice for the Raiders for quite a while now. I've seen a lot of baseball. I've seen a lot of bad baseball, and I've seen a lot of good baseball. The last half of this year, of my years, have been good. The previous years were not so hot. A lot of short seasons and a lot of bad baseball.
Oh, early, yeah.
You saw some good baseball mixed in there with it, but a lot more competitive. Mary Noble, so glad you guys are on top of it. No glitches here. Mikey Caputo will make his way to the plate. Nolan Harris on deck.
And Nate Mayo's back on the bump for champion.
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike one.
Low and away, but he gave it to him.
Raiders wouldn't be the same without you. Mr. Francis, you are the velvet fog of baseball. Mr. Mel Torme. That pitch high and inside.
Velvet fog. The dulcet tones of Michael Francis.
The telecast, even audio only, blows NFHS out of the water. What a joke. They charge and can't even have a working broadcast. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Snoop letting us know. I remember 2010 Rouse baseball. Oh, yeah, I do too. That was some bad baseball. Melissa Sickles, let's go Raiders. Your Leander Lions fans are cheering for you. Bring the W home, Mark and Melissa.
And I did see Melissa at the game at Concordia.
1-2 the count to Caputo.
With Miss Salazar.
Raiders have come a long way since Coach Cochran days. Absolutely. Absolutely. Caputo will put this one in the air right, and Cam Logan will get to it in time, and it was shallow right. If they didn't tower so high, they might have a chance to drop in as a Texas leaguer. And
yeah, they just getting them up there and
stay up there. The hang time is just incredible on those. And
well, we do see a little bit of a gust happening now. Wind, it looks like it's actually blowing directly in, so that would make sense why once they're getting balls hit that high, it's just getting caught up in the wind, and wind's just holding it up there and giving every opportunity for the outfielders to run underneath it.
One away for Nolan Harris. Harris is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss for strike one. He has flown out to center and grounded to first. Sparshoe on deck. And he will hit this into right field. He smoked this one, a frozen rope. Down the first base side, Nick Cortez fell over trying to play it and could not field it cleanly. That's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, not only
for
was
Nolan
it
Harris.
Hit extremely hard, but it took a crazy hop up at the right-hand shoulder of Nick Cortez, who is a lefty. So very difficult to make a catch on that. on your glove side.
They're going to bring a pinch runner in, and it looks like Dawson Snow is going to pinch run for Nolan Harris.
So now he's been the courtesy runner for Oscar throughout the game.
Snoop with kind words. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Thank you for the feature on the morning show this morning, sports. I did tweet that out so people could enjoy it.
Yeah, I was able to watch that and see little chime. Appreciate that, Snoop.
That is going to hit Sparshoe.
Wow. Third hit time being hit by pitch in the last 2 games for Joe Sparshoe.
That'll put runners at first and second with 1 out for Blake Gonzalez. Gonzo, as we affectionately call him.
That's right. Got to keep that consistency.
Ner on deck. That would be Rainer Heinrich. Little Ner. Gonzalez will take for a strike. Gonzalez 1 for 1. He has singled and drawn a walk. Sparshoe extends his lead at first. A fly ball that is going to go out of play for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Gonzalez.
Yeah, again, a lot of great speed in that outfield. Obviously, we know what Evan Kuhl can do, but Cam Logan chasing that ball down, and had he had a few more feet of room before hitting the wall, he would have had a great opportunity on that catch.
The Chargers have a very solid middle infield. He'll lay off of a breaking ball. He thought about it there for a little bit. Ball 1.
That's one of those you just got to try to pick up on that spin of the ball and know that it's not going to finish over the strike zone. And he watched it all the way in.
1-2 pitch. This is hit out to center. And Cole will get there, and he'll make the catch, and that will do it for Gonzalez. 2 away for Rainer Heinrich.
Back to the top.
Heinrich has walked. He's been hit by a pitch, and he is grounded to third.
Oh, and Coach LaPaglia's boy in there as the bat boy for the game. Awesome to see.
Snow extends his lead at second. Nobody holding him on. Ballin playing deep. Throw to third will not be in time as Snow just slides under the tag.
I'll tell you what, it was a double clutch by Gage Goldberg that allowed him to do that, because without that double pump, he would have had him dead to rights and able to sneak in. Wow, those motorcycles are loud.
Runners on the corners for Heinrich. This is chopped on, is hit to Miller at third. The throw to first in time, and that will do it. 5-3 on the putout of Heinrich to end the 5th. Raiders get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. And on to the bottom we go. We're tied up at 5. Due up for the Chargers. Cole, Logan, and Miller. That'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Want to give a shout out to the Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club and their sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports.
Yeah, obviously.
Brian Sparshoe, Chrissy Caputo, Susie Meyer, and Ron Bergman, this year's executive board. New officers have been voted in, but those are the people that have been in charge through this season. We also want to recognize our Georgetown Shirt Company. We are your Georgetown and Austin's best resource for custom screen printing. Our professional print shop staff screen print thousands of garments every day, and we would like to put our expertise to work for you. Call us at 512-869-0979 or visit our website at georgetownshirtcompany.com.
Yeah, wearing the shirt for the regional finals, as we've been able to get a shirt for each round, as was the case in 2021. And love this one. Raider Nation. Whose house?
Rouse House.
Rouse House. Love it.
Nina Sliger wants to know, who is Rouse's bat boy?
That is LaPaglia's son. Coach LaPaglia's son. Coach El Pag, or El Swag as I call him. Called him that the other day. He goes, I like that. That'll work.
Cole is 0 for 2. Well, that's swing and a miss. I'd say he's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 1. He is grounded to third and reached on an error.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh. Fastball in for a strike. A little nasty mustard on that one.
Similar to what we saw from Colin Correo, Oscar Salazar is absolutely dialed in.
A little change-up action.
And if you're just joining us, the 5 runs on the board are not as a result of any bad pitching from Oscar Salazar.
That would be some errors. This one's hit out. It's going to drop in for a base hit to left center. And Cole will get on board.
Yeah, and similar to what you were saying, I mean, the really high balls are getting held up. That one was not, and it was able to drop there into no man's land between Joe Sparshoe trying his best to run out there, Landon running in, Kaspar running in, and, yeah, nobody had a chance. So good hit.
That will bring up Cam Logan. Logan is 1 for 2. Throw down to first will not be in time as Miller attempts the back pick. Snoop wants to know what Tim Paglia is up to do these days. I was wondering the same exact thing, and I was going to ask Coach LaPaglia while I was down there earlier, but didn't get the opportunity as we were traveling down here.
And
I was
mentioned
riding
that,
with Jonathan and watching the old Rouse Friday Night Fan Stand videos with Mandy Lee as their eye reporter, a fouled off bunt for strike one, and was wondering the very same thing for that team that went so deep in 2012 with Justin Pelt and Billy Ray McCrary, Travis Leslie, Sean Hallberg, Tim LaPaglia, Jordan Weiss.
little
Wesley Geisler, all those guys back in Wesley Lewis, Andre Alger, Trey Ortiz. Pitch in for ball. And that will be ball 2-1.
Yeah, and again, Nathan Miller looking to do another back pick possibility there as runners getting way well off.
2-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 2 or ball 3.
Ball 3.
And the count goes 3-1. Salazar comes set. The 3-1 pitch. Cole takes off to second, and that'll be ball 4. That will bring up Sam Miller. Miller is flown out to left and hit into a fielder's choice.
Third baseman Sam Miller.
And that is going to draw a quick walk to the mound from Coach Krempine as we do see Nolan Harris getting warmed up. And again, I think this will be more of just a quick discussion. They have the double play ball alive. Obviously, a walk is not what you'd like to see in this situation. Putting 2 runners on in a tie game here in the 5th, so bottom of the 5th. And, again, I think that's just more of a reset from Coach. A little mental reset for Oscar Salazar, who's pitching very well in this game up to this point, so no need to run him off the mound. Coach recognizes that, and Oscar's
Mike LaPaglia checking in. This is Dan and Tim's oldest brother, Michael. I played at Leander, class of '02, before Rouse was built. Tim is doing well in the roofing business and working in Florida right now.
Oh, very cool.
How cool is that? And that deep state run where the Raiders faced the Georgetown Eagles in the year before they split up. No, it was the year that they did split with Eastview. And Georgetown had 55 seniors on that team, and they went on to the state title game. Throw to third in time to get the force. A heads-up play by Mikey Caputo. Wow, that is a great job.
He absolutely crashed hard on that bunt. Sam Miller showing early, crashing in. The ball goes right to Mikey, and he's able to jump up and make the play to get the lead runner. As I mentioned before, if you have the opportunity to do it, that is always the correct play.
So Georgetown went on to lose to Denton Geyer and Gerard Hurd. Gerard Hurd ended up going to the University of Texas to play. And they were the state champions that year.
Did you have a pinch runner coming in? Number 6, Rowdy Miller. Love it. Rowdy Miller for Bernie champion.
Number 6, Rowdy Miller.
And
that will go 3-5 on the putout of Cole.
And a quick little check of the runner at second, and in steps Grant Kinzel for champion.
Kinzel, that will get by Miller, and the runners will advance on the pass ball.
And the other problem with that is it takes the double play out, with now first base
being open.
And of course, immediately infield in on the grass.
Fastball down the middle for a strike.
Of course, Kinzel hit the little flare right over the outstretched glove of Mikey Caputo, his last at bat. Or I say his last at bat, a at bat in the second.
Yeah, he struck out looking. He's 0 for 2. He struck out looking and grounded to second.
Oh, that wasn't
fastball down the middle.
Sorry, that was Cortez that had that little flare. Sorry.
For strike 2, Mike LaPaglia. It's been fun watching these Rouse baseball runs. Coach Crimpine and the boys have built a fantastic program, as has Coach Mann in football. The 1-2 pitch just misses the outside corner.
Oscar with a big grin, like, oh, thought I had that one. He was really wanting that one, but umpire sees that just a skosh outside.
Yeah, just a skosh. Pitch down and away for ball 3.
But Kinzel doing a great job of laying off these close pitches on the last 2.
Salazar comes set. The payoff pitch, a fastball high for ball 4, and that'll load the bases. Bases loaded with 1 out, but a play in any base and a double play is in effect.
Double play now does come back into play, and
Coach Crimpine has used this as a defensive strategy on a number of times and has been very successful with it.
Yeah, obviously, would love that out there, knowing that he was ahead on the count.
Fastball in for a strike.
And now the defense is able to sort of play more neutral again and back at their normal resting spots, double play depth.
The 0-1, that's cut on and fouled off for strike 2.
And just as he was well ahead of Kinzel, he is again here to Quinn Grable.
The pitch, that's down and away for ball 1.
And similar, trying to get him to chase, but being very patient up there.
1-2 the count. Salazar from the windup. 1-2. Fastball in for strike 3. Catches him looking. And that will do it for Grable for out number 2.
And now again a great spot. Any fly ball, ground ball, any base, closest one for you. No need to stretch a throw or make any kind of crazy throws. Just
first pitch offering misses outside for ball 1.
Nathan trying to do his best framing job.
Jared Wingo standing in. Vitality, let's go Chargers. That is fouled off. And there is not going to be a play anywhere. And that will be an infield RBI single for Jared Wingo.
And that being a situation where that ball, not really having an opportunity to make a play or a throwing play, could have possibly let that go and see if it floats foul. And again,
I think it was rolling too slowly. There was no way for it to do that. That pitch down and away for ball 1 to Gage Goldberg. Nick Cortez on deck. We want to welcome everybody that's listening in from the broadcast. We do understand that NFHS has been having some streaming difficulties, and we welcome you.
Quick discussion here with Coach Woodchick, with Gage Goldberg, just discussing what is his approach here.
Bases loaded with 2 outs for Goldberg. Fastball, this is hit down to third. Blake will stand on the bag, and that will do it. But they get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2, and on to the 6th we go. Chargers now leading this one 6-5. In the 6th, Miller, Kaspar, and Salazar. Miller has sack bunted. He has walked, and he has flown out to center. That pitch in for strike 1. That pitch misses high for ball 1, and that will leave it up. Caden Kaspar on deck. Nate Mayo on the mound. He will deal. This one is cut on and hit high into shallow center field. Evan Cole underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for Landon Miller.
And again, that difference in that high fly ball versus one that's lower and staying out of the, I say wind, now the flags are again flat against the poles out there in right center.
The pitch from Mayo. This is hit back up the middle. This is off the glove of Quinn Grable, and that will be an E4.
But at this point,
Kaspar will reach.
We will take that to have speed on the base path. And one thing that I have yet to really see, and maybe the moment hasn't presented itself, is a stolen base for the Raiders.
See what they scored officially on the board. They did rule it an error.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was there with enough time. And
that will bring up Oscar Salazar. That pitch misses for ball one. Salazar has singled, walked, and grounded to second. Colin Coco Correjo on deck. That pitch misses for ball two. Two 2-0 the count. Mayo comes set, and Salazar will hit this one to Grable at second, to first, and a double play to end the inning. Salazar's last at bat was a double play, and he is hit into back-to-back double plays. That'll go 6-4, 4-3. And the Raiders go in order.
Yes, sir.
No runs, no hits, nobody left on, and on to the bottom we go. A quick inning for Nate Chargers. Due up for the Chargers, Cortez, Ballin, and Cole.
Again, getting to the top of the lineup. And again, defensively, no shifts or changes. Oscar is making his way back out to pitch here in the sixth. We'll have to look now.
The UIL Baseball State Tournament will take place Wednesday, June 7th through Saturday, June 10th at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. All Conference 4A games will take place at Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin. Tickets now available at uiltexas.org/baseball/state.
And Oscar with those very short innings that he had here in the middle innings, only sitting at 76 pitches, so definitely no jeopardy of him coming out of this game due to pitch count at this point, now here at the bottom of the sixth. So 110 pitches is his limit based off of UIL rules. Not allowed more than 100 pitches, but you can finish a batter if you hit the 110th pitch during an at-bat. So, again, not expecting him to be in any jeopardy of that.
Nick Cortez makes his way to the plate. Cortez is 1 for 2. He has RBI single and grounded to second. He will hit this one back up to second. Heinrich has it, throw to first in time, and that will retire Cortez for out number 1. 4-3 on the put out of Cortez.
Chargers shortstop Jordan Ballin.
Even the PA here is calling him Ballin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I spoke to him before the game, and I asked him
Ballin.
how to say it. He said Ballin is fine. That pitch misses for ball 1.
Wow, okay. I guess outside?
Maybe.
Looked like it missed
Evan
right over
Cole
the plate.
on deck. That pitch high and outside for ball 1, or ball 2 rather. 2-0 the count. Miller gives the sign. Salazar winds and deals. That will bounce away from Miller for ball 3.
Did that bounce off the ground and hit his bat, or was that a...
Oh, he called it a strike.
Yeah,
I guess he fouled it.
It was a foul ball, yeah. I couldn't tell, did it bounce off the ground and then hit his bat, which that may still be a... I don't know, how does that work on a bounced...
2-1, that's fouled away for strike 2, and Ballin not happy with that swing. As he shows his dismay.
And pulls out, resets the gloves, as we see so often in the majors. However, that is being frowned upon, and
Salazar pitches inside for ball 3.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mama Forsell. We did have a change here at catcher as Xander Forsell is now in.
Ooh, I didn't see that.
I did not either, but the keen eye of his mother.
That pitch high and outside for ball 4. One on with one out for Evan Cole. I've been calling him Cool, and the PA here calls him Cole.
Cole, yeah. I think we've had Cool, Cole.
I don't know. It's another one. Oh, Kathleen says, I can see the hair.
Don't forget the towel.
Salazar from the stretch. Gonzalez plays up on the grass. That pitch in for a strike. Raiders trailing by 1. Ballin extends his lead at first. A pitch from Salazar. This is hit out to center. And Miller not able to get to it in time. Just off the edge of the glove. He misses. He's very upset with himself, but that'll drop in for a base hit.
Yeah, and honestly, with the fact that Ballin made his way well past halfway, and incoming Landon Miller, I think that actually drew his eyesight, and he was ready to catch that and come up and gun him out at first, and that may have sort of aided in the fact that he missed that ball, just didn't quite get the glove underneath it.
We do have some activity going in the Raider bullpen. It looks like
that's Holbrook.
Dalton Holbrook getting loose. Fastball down the middle for a strike. To Cam Logan. Salazar taking a little time. He'll step off and reset. And the pitch. This is fouled off for strike 2.
Yeah, more of a running swing that time. Cam Logan, and
Forsell gives the sign.
Says, I want
Salazar from the stretch. The pitch. It's a fastball that's fouled off, and now to play.
Trying to climb the ladder on that one was the call from Xander Forsell. Wanted that high. He got it high, and Cam Logan able to foul it off. Good pitch. Easily one that you could swing under. Having your eyesight changed like that.
0-2 the count to Logan. The Chargers threatening here in the 6th with 2 on with 1 out. Runners at first and second. The 0-2 from Salazar. This is hit back up the middle. This could be 1. And that's all it will be is 1. It will go 6-4 on the put out of Cole. On the force at second. And the fielder's choice by Cam Logan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Joe was hoping he had an opportunity to have a little unassisted double play opportunity, but as he looked up, he was just not quite close enough, and then had
Cole
to flip
has
it.
such speed.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why you knew he had to flip, and they almost didn't get that because of the speed from Cole.
Coach Crampane is calling time, and that's going to be it for Oscar Salazar. He is bringing Dalton Holbrook in, with Ballin at third base. And Salazar gets the ovation as he comes out for a great job. He goes 5 2/3 in this contest, trailing by 1. He's on the hook for the loss unless the Raiders can overcome it. They call him Carson Henderson, but that is not Carson Henderson.
No, yeah. That's because he is not 13.
He is a lefty, though.
Correct, and he is wearing the jersey that Carson Henderson started out with.
I know Holbrook is on the list.
And it says Holbrook next to 13, so I don't know what he's looking at over there. I'm looking at the
you know what?
lineup.
He probably has looked at an old roster, got our rosters offline somewhere.
Maybe because we gave them the rosters.
The lineup has to be right. And
yeah, the lineup is correct. So Holbrook as number 13.
Oh, that's what they got it off of, probably, right? Last night. So they have Carson Henderson as 13.
Oh, yeah. The printout
but
is wrong.
The lineup that Coach printed up has him as 13. And also on this roster, he's got Dalton Holbrook as 13. So there's two number 13s.
Two 13s on there. Okay. Yeah, because the 13 is the normal number for Carson Henderson, and who is also a lefty. So keeping it consistent there with the lefties.
Holbrook brought up from JV from the playoffs.
And he was able to see a little action in the New Braunfels Canyon series. Coming in a great spot, going lefty on lefty. Doing a great job of the punch out that he was able to get in that game.
Sam Miller is due up. He's flown out to left, and he's hit into two fielders' choice.
And just a real quick recap here. Oscar Salazar does finish the game going 5 2/3, 89 pitches, 55 for strikes, allowing 6 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, and 4 walks.
Do have Nathan Bergman getting loose in the Raider bullpen.
The Dallas College Richland commit. He'll be playing opposite of his teammate this year, Caden Kaspar, who will be at Eastfield.
Lefty-lefty matchup here with Miller. Ballin crashing down the line.
Yeah.
He plays really smart baseball.
And again, not turning his back as he's retreating to third, just in case a throw is coming. You're not blindly getting picked off.
0-1 the count to Miller. The pitch from Holbrook swung on and missed for strike 2. A little breaking ball action on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, again, Holbrook, lefty, out of 3/4 slot, so he's not over the top, not sidearm or almost submarine like you see from Nolan Harris, the other lefty, and has a lot of movement on his pitches. I've seen, when he came in New Braunfels, the ball starting behind the batter and breaking across for a strike. So, and there it is.
Oh my goodness, he did not call that. Wow, that was a good pitch.
And I'm not hearing anybody really questioning that from the Rouse sideline. So I guess it was a high enough.
Maybe. Well, from our catbird seat, it looked pretty good.
I think so.
1-2.
And there it is.
In there. He catches him looking.
Yeah,
Rings him
he's
up.
like, he even, Holbrook steps off the mound. He watched back in. Did he? Oh, he did. Okay, yes. And a quick chest pump and probably a hoot and holler and a couple other words in there that we cannot hear up here in the
The Chargers get no
box.
runs on one hit. They leave one. And after 6 complete, it's 6-5 champion.
And we do see Mayo back on the mound to try to finish this out. Now, here we go. Here's the opportunity.
On to the 7th we go.
And again, a very
And due
quick.
up for the Raiders, the middle of the order. Correjo, Caputo, and Harris.
And I'll tell you what, interesting there, Michael. That was real quick, a quick team meeting led by the boys. Coach Krimping, Coach Harris were not over there for that. That was the boys getting together and talking it up, talking each other up. Let's get out there, let's do a job as we have, again, Mikey.
The Raiders need one to tie, but would appreciate as many as they can score.
Yeah, and Colin, Mikey, Nolan getting opportunities here, and middle of the lineup. In the 5, 6, and 7 batter.
Colin Correjo will come to the plate. He has grounded to second. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded to first. They play 7 innings. Unless they're tied, then they'll play extras. That pitch high and outside for ball 1.
And with where the third baseman is, I would not put it past Colin to lay down a bunt here.
Boy, he laid one down last night that was a beauty.
He
He
is
takes
so
for
good
ball
at
2, a pitch high and outside.
But normally, if he's going to do that and lay it down, he will do it late to really allow that third baseman to stay as far back as possible. And now
He will take for a strike, a pitch down the middle.
the third baseman, Sam Miller, is starting to crash in, expecting that. And again, nobody really better on this team to lay down those base hit bunts than Colin Correjo.
Yeah, Correjo will foul this one off for strike 2, and that one goes out of play. Mikey Caputo on deck. You notice he doesn't stand on the on-deck circle. He stands over there on the grass. And the umpire doesn't shoo him off and make him stand on the circle. You remember Adrian Beltre.
Oh, yes. That was always
He was standing off of the circle, and this is hit out to right field, and Cam Logan there, and he'll make the catch, and that will retire Correjo for out number 1. Raiders down to their last 2 with Mikey Caputo coming to the plate. Nate Mayo on the mound, and he will deal the first pitch to Caputo. That one in for a strike. Nothing in 1 the count to Caputo. He'll step out. He'll check Coach Krimping.
Well, they had a player on the field out there and left. I think there was a ball that got away from the pitcher warming up in the bullpen.
Mayo deals. This is chopped on. This will be played by Miller. He'll throw to first in time, and that will do it. 5-3 on the putout of Caputo. And the Raiders are down to their last out.
Yeah, and immediately the champion fans to their feet, trying to cheer on a third out here and get out of this game with a win. And it'll be
Nolan Harris makes his way to the plate. Joe Sparshoe on deck. Raiders down to their final out here with Nate Mayo on the mound. And Harris will hit this one out to center, and Cole will get there, and they have taken game 2, 6-5 over the Rouse Raiders. And we'll go F8 on the putout of Nolan Harris, and Champion, just their outfield just played the ball so well, and they were able to get on to these fly ball outs that Rouse was putting in play and making the catches. So Cole with very good speed, able to get there to get the outs. Cameron Logan in right field, able to make things happen. Not very many hit out to Jared Wingo. In fact, there was not a ball hit to left for the Raiders tonight, a fly ball to left anyway.
No, sir.
And the Raiders dropped game 2, 6-5 to the Bernie Champion Chargers, which, interestingly enough, even after last night's mistake by NFHS, they had today Bernie Samuel again.
Bernie Samuel, yes.
And not realizing that's, Samuel v. Champion High School. And so instead of saying Champion as the last name is usually referred to, they just missed it. So the best laid plans of mice and men. So there you go. So Jonathan will go over the final numbers for today and let you know that tomorrow we will be right back here at San Antonio for game number 3. That will be a 2 o'clock game start. We'll go on the air at 1:50 and bring you this contest, and you can listen to the dulcet tones of myself and Jonathan Kaspar.
And again, we do have a final here of Bernie Champion Chargers 6, the Rouse Raiders 5. We do have Oscar Salazar, as I did mention again, 89 total pitches, 5 2/3. He does take the loss. Dalton Holbrook does come in to go 1/3 of an inning and gets his strikeout on his one lone guy on a total of 4 pitches, 3 for strikes. On the opposite side, and they did allow a total of 6 hits, getting a total of 3 strikeouts with 4 walks, and then having 1 error awarded to Oscar Salazar in that game. On the opposite side, 3 pitchers for the Chargers combined for a total of 7 innings. The starting pitcher, the third pitcher, Nate Mayo, takes the W, going 4 1/3 innings. They did allow 4 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned, only 1 strikeout coming from the Chargers pitchers, and 6 walks. So very interesting to hold only to 4 hits, but a lot of base runners coming via the walk, the free base path. And Nate Mayo did have a total of 43 pitches, 29 for strikes. So again, in Booth, who was the starting pitcher, 43 pitches, only 20 for strikes. So,
right.
Not very efficient, but, obviously getting the job done, defensively. And, we did bring 24 batters. Again, 4 hits, getting 6 walks and only 1 strikeout against the Rouse hitters. So there
awesome.
we have
Thank
it.
you very much, Snoop, for the donation and the compliment. We appreciate that. So we're probably going to get wrapped up here. They probably want to shut down fairly quickly here at the ballpark. I know they got a lot of cleanup, so we won't be too bad. But at any rate, we want to thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. The disappointing finals tonight, the Raiders drop one 6-5. They'll come back tomorrow and try to take Game 3 to punch their way into the state tournament. We look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow at 12:50 or at 1:50. For Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis, and Ainsley Kaspar.